Okay. You can now see my screen, right? Okay, I'm sure you can see it. So this is Rwanda Technology Community, and it's a new community that we are starting. It has actually started in 2020 when we started Techinika, and at that time people were joining our WhatsApp group and talking, but we didn't have a community, didn't have anything that connects us. They joined after just reading our articles, and we had just a WhatsApp we had just a WhatsApp group. And after that, as the number was growing and we had more and more people, we called it Techinika Community. And after naming it Techinika Community, we continued doing that. But the problem was that many people, when they hear about Techinika, they think of the community and they don't think of it as a business. So that's why in the past few days we had to separate them and have this community on the side and the business part on the side, so that people don't contradict them anymore. We try to, we have so many things here in the community and we have other things in Techinika, and I want the reason we did this is that we don't want to mix them, so that people don't get mixed up. So if you hear Rwanda Technology Community, it was once Techinika Community, but we are separating them and we are developing this community as a standalone community, and Techinika as a sponsor for this community. So don't get mixed up on these things. As we're going to move on, I'll be explaining more about this. Yeah, so today's session was about it's a Q&A. What I want is just to answer some of the questions people might have on this community, to talk about why we are here, why you should join us, and activities and events that are planned, and benefits of people joining. So we're going to be talking about more of that, and I'm sure that at the end, if your questions are all answered, we're going to be having better understanding of what it is. So don't worry about these images. I used AI generated images. I was testing how it works, and you can see they are not as good as pictures, but they are good. Yeah, so I was testing how it works. And first of all, I would like to tell you, I don't want to read. I want just to, I'll put here so that if you want to read, you can read. But our community is a community of technology enthusiasts and people who have passion for technology and innovation. Those people who are always learning new stuff, new things. There are so many people, even those who are not in technology space, who always come to me and say, I want to learn web development, I want to learn maybe cybersecurity, I want to learn how to hack. And people used to do that, mostly asking me, do you know how to hack? And those people were not tech savvy most of the times, but it was the coolest thing at that time. Now what they want is software development. But things change, and as they change, we also have to change, and this community is going to help us embrace that change. As like last year we didn't have AI, and nowadays we have so many AI tools. There is virtual reality that is coming, metaverse, and all those things. And if you don't update yourself on those new stuff and you don't learn those things, when the time comes, you're going to be left behind. You're going to struggle with finding new knowledge. But if you have seen our community, we have this event that happens every week, digital discourse, and that event we learn about new stuff. Those things that comes, you're going to be the first to know about it, and it is going to be the advantage you have over other people who are not in the community. So I tried to explain what the community is and why it is here, but I talked a lot of things. I hope you got the idea of what the community is. And benefits to the members, I'll talk about them, but mainly it's an opportunity to collaborate and learn more, as I've talked about the events. So it's an opportunity for you to learn more about technology and connect with like-minded people, individuals, and you will be having access to our workshops. We're having the hackathons for you to showcase what you can do. So let me not talk about it because I'll come back to it. Let me go to why we need the community in Rwanda. By the way, I'm rushing through these slides so that we don't take so much time. I want us to take a very short time talking about this, and then another time talking about your questions and answering them. So first of all, we have many communities in Uganda. I know we have them. I'm a part of many of them. Most of them are for software developers. We have the communities for cybersecurity people, but as we are with Braze is from biomedical engineering, and I'm not sure if people in software development will have the courage to go and learn more about biomedical engineering. But we are technology enthusiasts. We want to learn to have at least information on biomedical engineering. We will make an effort and find someone to come and teach us about that. The community of cybersecurity experts, they learn about hacking and penetration testing, but they are not going to make the effort in doing that. And that's because these communities are just focused on one thing. And for us, we learn about many things. We learn about how the networks work, how we get the internet. We've learned about the VPNs. We learned about the quantum computer. We learned about many things, and many are coming. But these communities, they are fixated on one thing, and that's first, people are. You have to join many communities to gain different information, which is hard to do. It's something which is hard to be able to be a part of all those communities, because most of them are not even active. You join the WhatsApp group and they talk to each other, or they engage when there is an event that they are going to join. Like, there are so many communities that have events that happen maybe annually or sometimes, and when the event happens, everyone is talking about it, but after the event, the community go cold again. So we want to remove all of that. Our community should be the most active community in Rwanda. We have so many communities, but our community should be the most active one. And another thing is that most of these communities are just in Kigali. They are mostly in Kigali, and people from provinces, people in North, South, and East and West, most of the times they are not involved. And those who are involved have to pay price, maybe to come to an event or to to attend the community activity. So we want to create a community that has branches in the countrysides, so that we can connect to all of those people. And this will make it easier to share information, opportunities, resources, and all of those things. You know the kind of things they say when you are in technology and you move from Kigali, you will not have access to the same opportunities you used to have when you were in Kigali, and you will not be able to think like you used to think. But we can also bring this mind to the people who are not in Kigali, and when you go there, you find people who are like-minded. You don't have to come to Kigali to be tech savvy. You can do it anywhere you are. So these are the things that we want to do in our community. And another thing is policy advocacy, but mostly for beginners or other people, they don't care about this, but mostly the startup founders care about this a lot, because the policies sometimes hinder what they can achieve, and we want to open people to global competitiveness. So all of those things are some of the things, but I talked about the main ones that we want to tackle, and the problem that is in the community currently, and these are the activities that we're going to be having. So I talked about the activity we've been having weekly, which is called Digital Discourse, where we meet and we talk about technology. And there are other activities we were planning with the community members, but here are some of those ones we want to focus on. Professionally, we want to have the conferences and meetups that happens regularly, not just once a year or just when people feel like it. It's there's events that happens and keep people thinking about what's new, what they can do, and using what they can do. So these ones, they happen online, but as I've talked about, we want to start doing them offline, after having those partnerships in place and other things. And other things are hackathons. These are the best way to showcase what you can do, learn from others, and create something which is useful to the society, solving real world problems and learning from it. So these are also other things we'll be doing. And there was also the Momo hackathon. When it happened, we arranged some teams to participate, even though it did not go as we planned, but we had arranged some teams to participate in the hackathon. And if we can do something like that, we can be helping our people in the community develop and become better. So apart from these professional activities, we also need to relax, learn new things, and get new ideas as creative people. When you are in tech, mostly you are creative, in graphic design or web development or whatever. But all of those, you have to be creative, always having new ideas, always being open-minded. And to do that, we need to have there's community sports. So most of us, we spend like 10 or 12 hours a day sitting, and you have to get time to relax, learn, go and look around. And we were planning about this. Many people in the community voted for community sports, and we also plan about it. We haven't started planning, but it's an activity that we can we can focus on and put effort into it. Another thing is hiking. I've seen hiking is getting popular nowadays. More and more people are joining this. They are starting to hike and going around in Kigali and visiting places that we didn't even know they are there. And this is something good. As I've talked about creativity, when you go around and meet people, you go into those places where it's away from these devices that hooked us, and you climb mountains, you share happy moments with people. The community gets more and more stronger and more friendly to people who are in it. So these are also other activities that we can plan. And lastly, we want to have intellectual visits. How many of us know the history of our country? So it's something we can do as a community. After work, we have to do work first and learn and be better first, and then start exploring other things, because it's not always working, it's not always using computer, learning about tech. Most of the times, if we can learn about the past, we can be better for the future. Let's look at maybe this house. This is called the Chigonyi, right? It's a traditional house. And do you see how convention center is built? It's somehow like this one. So if someone didn't know this, they cannot be creative to build something like convention. So that's one example I can give. So we have to visit different parts of the country, learn from the culture, learn from the people around. We can visit maybe during the genocide memorial and learn about the history. There are so many things in our country that we don't know. Do you know where the first maybe tower, Umunala, the telecommunication tower, do you know where the first telecommunication tower was? We can find out about that. Do you know when was the when was the time when the first phone was introduced in Rwanda? I bet many people of us don't know that. We don't, and it's something that helps you understand better our country and understand so many things. So these are some things that we are planning for the community, and with your help, with your support, with your commitment, we are going to be able to achieve them. And I'm sure that it doesn't require even so much effort. It doesn't require so much effort. It just requires commitment. You know, in Rwanda we say hari ubushake haba n'ubushobozi. Where there is will, there is also how do I say it? Yeah, but when you have a commitment, you can do anything. So when you join us, I've talked so many things, and I think I said this, but you have networking opportunities. We have so many people. We have people from IPRC, we have people from AUKA, we have people from University of Rwanda, and we also have people who are from the industry, who are now working, who are not students. And when you bring all those people together, it's networking opportunities. And we have startup founders in our community, and it's another thing which brings people together. They share ideas and the network grows. So another thing is professional development. This is something that we come from all the activities we'll be doing, and for some people who will get the opportunity to volunteer in our community, they are going to get the leadership skills. They are going to get the skills they need, and they will be contributing to the community, but also gaining something in return, something which is not tangible, something you cannot touch, but something which will help them. I know, because I've been volunteering in different communities for the events, like, you know, one of the big events that happens here every year is DevFest. It happens every year, and this year I was able to volunteer in the organizing team, and it was an amazing experience, you know, being able to see more than 300 people meeting and having a wonderful experience because of something you contributed to. And yeah, it's something good. It makes you feel good and improves your ability to organize, ability to do different things. So I would encourage you, maybe when there is an opportunity to volunteer, to be able to volunteer and make all of these things we wanted to do happen. And access to exclusive content. This is maybe something many people might not be interested in, but it's also something which is important. You know, we have started doing research. Yesterday I shared the form. We are learning how people experience online learning, and in this year, like I think it's in April, when the Stack Overflow released the developer survey of 2022, where they talk about how many developers use these tools, how many developers use AI and who don't use it, and that are information that help you make decisions about your career. And that information, most people don't know about it. They don't know that it even exists. But the problem is that nowadays we don't have information about developers in Rwanda. That's global, but we also want to know in Rwanda, how is it? Maybe after it has been implemented, we're going to be getting these surveys, and in our community you'll be the first to know about this information, and they help you make better decisions and be informed. Because if you have information on one thing and you become an expert on it, and someone has at least a small chunk of information on many things, when you go to talk to people, you are the person who doesn't know, who is not an expert but know little about many things, is going to sound as an expert. He's going to sound as a very brilliant because he has information on so many things, and another person is just knowledgeable on just one thing. So having this information will also be crucial to you. And by joining now, we are starting, you are being a part of something big. And think about 10 years from now, when the community will be bigger, we have many impacts that have been made, and you will say, when this started, I was there. Imagine how that will feel. So this is another thing, you're being a part of something big. And I'm sure, as the problems I've talked about when we're starting, they are the problems that I've talked about with so many people, so many other community leaders and other startup founders, and it's a problem. And I'm sure that our community, if we are able to solve those problems, it's going to become something bigger, and I don't doubt that. So I don't doubt it. So I don't know if we have any business person here, but we also have the sponsorships packages for opportunities for organizations and businesses. And our main sponsor is Techinika, as I've talked about. We are the ones who initiated this community, and we are the ones who are making it stand up, and everything that will make it stand up is coming from us. Our team is the one that is going to be leading this in the beginning. You don't know Solange, but she is the community lead in Techinika, and she will be the one to carry out from now. She will be communicating with you, and she will be organizing all the events that are going to be happening. So we found someone for just this, to make sure that we achieve what we wanted to achieve. So this is our team that is making this, and in the future, maybe once we start having some impact and we are stable, we are going to find people from the community to keep leading the community, so that we don't stay to be the one doing it. People from the community will be leading the community, and we will be there as just sponsors or founders, and we will help the community. So we have sponsorship levels. We have the platinum sponsor, gold sponsor, and silver sponsor, and these are the prices they pay, and there are benefits for each. But since we don't have, do you have anyone who might be interested in sponsorship? If you are here, you can need this. We have the document about this. Maybe I can share it later, but let's not stay here. But for people who sponsor, what they benefit is brand exposure and recognition, because these events we are going to be doing, like the events we have done in the past, they have been watched more than 1,000 times on YouTube, and we plan to have the physical events, and these are the best places for them to be exposed to their audience, and they will be able to connect to our community, and they have the sponsor benefits, and they will be supporting the community. As again I've said, it's being a part of something big, and imagine if you are the sponsor of that something big, how it's going to feel for your business. And these prices for sponsorship, they are not there just to pay for people or just to be there for us as a profit. These are the amounts of people that will help us in carrying out these community activities, as I've talked about. So imagine if instead of asking someone to pay for the intellectual visits, the community pays for it. Imagine how that will be good. If we are having a community spot, imagine being able maybe to rent bicycles for people to ride, or being able to pay for the lunch when people come to the conference. So that's something that will be made from this money the sponsors will pay. So I'm talking a lot and not taking a break, because we are on the last slide. I wanted to use 30 minutes. but I can see we are there. And joining the community is free and easy, but for those activities you might need to pay some contribution based on the activity that is planned. But our community is free to join, and some activities might require contribution or volunteering, yes. And you can join the community here at whatsapp.techinika.com, and we can read more about the community. I shared the links, and we also have the Twitter account for people who use X now. You can check out our community on Twitter. And I think I've talked about all the things I wanted to talk about. Now coming to you, what do you think about this, and which question do you have? Do you have any question? Yes, Brace.
Okay, thank you. As you said, my name is Techinika Blaze. I'm studying here at IPS Kigali. So I have like 2 questions.
Yes.
The first one is about the skilled professionals for technology sector. Do we have a high level of skilled professionals in the technology sector who are able to collaborate and work together with the young generations?
Yes.
And the second one is my point of view. Many parts of our country, we have a limited access to resources for technology development. And I think this can be a challenge that can impact our development in the aspect of technology community. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Brace. Maybe if I can talk about what you have just said. I will start from the first one, where you asked if we have the professionals in this technology sector.
Yeah, skilled professionals.
Yeah, we have them actually, because there are some people who have been in this industry for more than 10 years or 20 years. Technically they are professionals. They have the skills. They started programming when they were using jQuery, or even before there was jQuery, using PHP. And these people are technically professional. And there are those who don't have the other professional skills like soft skills, but most of them, I think, they have it. And there are some people like I don't know if you know Joshua from Andela. He is a professional skills trainer, and he trains engineers who pass through Andela. There are other clubs. I mean, if you join other clubs like Toastmasters clubs, most of the people there, they are technical people, and there are people who are in these industries. And I'm sure that people from these clubs have these skills. And some of the events that we'll be hosting will be having these professionals join us. And I don't know many people from your industry, from biomedical, but I'm sure that we also find a way to get them too. And for the second, it was an idea. I mean, the point of view about the limited access to resources. Yeah, it's really a challenge. Do you know the first time I touched the computer?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, the first time I touched the computer I was in senior 3, I guess.
Yeah.
I was in senior 3, and that time it was just the small computer, not those small computers they were giving pupils. That's what they say in primary. Students in primary. So that's the first time I touched the computer, and before touching it, I was afraid, that if I touch it, I will break it,
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's challenge. Of course, it's a challenge because when you haven't touched something like that, it you are afraid of even coming near it. You're very afraid. But nowadays, I can say it's changing because I've seen so many schools in Rwanda. Nowadays, they are being given laptops, and that's a good thing. But another problem is that they are not being used for what they were given for. Some just keep it there so that the government will not hold them accountable for breaking them. They are afraid like we used to be.
Yeah.
But it's something that will take time because it requires money. Infrastructure requires money, and these computers, they are being provided, and all students in Rwanda are being given a computer. That's another good thing. So we can say it's getting better compared to how it was in the past.
Because of this distribution of computers.
Yeah, distribution of computers and the internet. The Airtel has the program of providing the smartphone for 20k.
but 80% of people who are receiving computer, they are using them like mainly watching movies, man.
Yeah, that's why we are here.
I have a last question.
Yeah, maybe you can get someone else to who has a question, and then we come back to you.
Okay, no problem. Let me quit here.
Okay, thank you, please. Let me see in the chat. Does anyone have a question? Okay, Samantha. Wow. Thank you. Blaze, that's a good idea. Thank you for presentation. You're welcome. So if no one has any other question, Blaze can continue, and then any question you have, you type it in the chat. I will answer it.
Okay, thank you. As you are the founder of this community, so how are you trying to create a collaboration between the industry, technology industry, and the government?
Yeah, that's a very good question, and yeah, it's a very good question. And I was talking to someone a few days ago, and I asked him about this, and he's someone who has been in this. He had a community. He was leading a community since 2016, and he told me that every time when I go to the government, they ask me, what impact are you making and how can we help you? And that's what I want to do, but I want to first at least make some impact, and then show the government that this is what we have been able to do so far, and this is what we need to be able to do the least, and this is how we can help. So that's one thing we want to do. And another thing is that I've been attending so many events. I've been attending so many events and meeting new people, and I've connected to some people from the government, and I've also connected to some people from private sector, and those sectors have to work together for the community to be better. So I can say nowadays, people I'm reaching out, I'm looking for partnerships, and what they think about the community. Once we are set, we are ready to take off, we are going to get support, but most people don't support you when you have nothing. People always, it's almost always they support you when they see something you've done. However little it might be, there'll always be those people who come and they say, wow, I see what you have done, how can I help? Have you seen, I did the quote, and they said, if you ask people, how was it? If you ask people to give you a shoe to learn, they will not give you a shoe. But if you run and they see that you have no shoe, people are going to give you the shoe. I don't know if it's exactly that, but it was kind of like that. So once we start, people always want to help people who have something. I don't know why. Maybe it's how they said the good attracts the good, and I don't know. Maybe kind of that.
Samantha,
Yes. Welcome. You're welcome, Samantha.
Yes, I haven't really heard. Could you just re-explain what you've just said, the two last sentences, please?
Oh yeah.
And
Was it about the shoe and people who love?
yes, right.
Yeah, I was
Thank
saying
you.
that if you go around asking people to give you shoes to learn, people are going to laugh at you or they will not give you the shoe. But if you learn and people see that you don't have any shoe, they're going to want to help.
Okay.
That's
All right. Okay, that's great.
it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So now
Yes, that was very interesting, especially at the beginning when you mentioned a couple of places to visit. You know, after the hiking pictures, there was this place that I didn't know. So it was very good to know. Thank you.
okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So Grace, do you have any other thing to add?
okay, thank you. So, what can advise like some people are here? It's like we have opportunity as young generation to perform in different activities. Like you are able to access like those technology devices like computer. You have internet. So I advise you so that we can take as like opportunity to develop our like our I can call like our curriculum vitae, because as you said before, I'm a biomedical technician. Yeah, but in this world you can't know a single, like you are not qualified in a single aspect. So I would like to advise like let's build a community so that we can work together with different skills. Like you are a software developer, me I'm a medical engineer, so that we can be able to create another good thing for our nation. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Brez. That's very true. Today I post something on my status and I post that nowadays you can learn everything you learn in 3 years of tech degree in just 2 courses or 1 course. And someone was asking me how can you do that? And I think most people don't know this, but nowadays if you want to learn something, I think the school is not the best place. Yes, the school gives you the skills and they give you they give you the degree and you get to meet people, you get to meet other best people. But if your goal is just to learn, I think the school is not a good place, mostly for tech things. And I know Brez is from biomedical, but he's also wanting to learn software development. So we shouldn't stop learning, and there are so many opportunities. There's so many opportunities out there to learn. Let me mention like YouTube. YouTube has so many things, and I see most people always using it to download new music, to watch the new movie, or to watch the trailers of the movies, and using it to just read things that there are so many things that nowadays are not useful to anyone. They're not, just people talk about it, and just people spend hours on YouTube watching those kind of things, while there are so many things they will be learning. So that's the first place to start, because it's free and you have access to it. And the other things are like the platforms that help you run. They are like Alson. Alson is the one I know which is free, and the other one, which other one? There is another one called Migrate Running. Those sites have free courses. You go there and you learn. There is another one called Uni Athena, and they also provide certificates on most of them, and most people don't know that. So I think it's important that as we open up ourselves, we get also to learn how to do research, how to use those tools we have. As you said, most people use their computers for watching movies, and that's why we are here. We want to help them wake up and see that the future is not the future is will be different from what they see today, and they have to see that and be ready for that future which is not here yet. So that's what I can say, and I think we can close here if no one has any other thing to say. Samantha said.
Yes, but what is the next goal for Techinika at this moment? What is the next goal for Techinika at this moment?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So currently, I say that we are separating it from the community, and the community, I've talked about it so many things. We want this community to be the bridge between all Rwandans and technology. We want it to be something that will inform everyone. But about Techinika, we are moving to the full payment. The full paid model. There were so many services which were free, and the main service that you have is training. There are some people that are used to training for free, and that's not going to happen anymore. We have the individual trainings and B2B trainings, those companies that need to upskill their employees. So those kind of things, they will be paid. And another thing is mentorship. There are people who need mentorship to join tech, and we also offer paid mentorship. And lastly, the custom software development. Software development is another service which will be paid, and other products you'll get to know them as we finish them. We can't talk about it until it's finished. So those are mainly what's going to happen next.
Okay. I find it nice that you separate Techinika in one part, the community, and the other part. What is it, the other part? There is the community part at Techinika, and what's the other part?
The other part is the business part.
Right. And I think it's great to really strengthening the community and reuniting Rwandans together. That's very nice.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so Fidel said that this is more insightful. Thank you. It's only to say this, and Samantha, this kind of presentation keeps us motivated. Thank you. We're on the same page. So I think you can close here, and this presentation, you will find it on YouTube. I will not put the names. I used to do it, but I will not do it today. I found that it's not good to put people's names on YouTube. I will not put your name, and so I think we can close here.